didn't think it was possible that this many things could continually happen all at one time in one firm. It's Bank Holiday Easter Monday, and I'm in the yard, and so is our daft demo lorry with a load of timber on the back. This looks like something that Terry and Tony must have been doing on Saturday. I'm the only one who's in. I've had some time to think over the last few days. Other than last night, I went to the boxing. Congratulations, Chris Congo, won a title back. And I feel for the last maybe couple of months, I've been operating like a zombie on autopilot. I've been doing what I know is necessary, and I've been doing enough. I haven't been pushing. The last few days have given me a chance to reset. If I need things to change, I need to make them change. If I want something I've never had before, I'm going to have to do things I've never done before. So I'm going for that walk again, where I walk around the yard by myself and involve myself in things that I shouldn't involve myself in. Being the 1st of April, meds. Let's show a terrible cutaway of meds, which isn't actually meds, because I'm quite annoyed. He thought it was funny to play an April Fool's trick on me. A little while back, we went to Wales, and we have a special video about an underground bunker that was used in World War II. And he's been working on that video for a little while, and he thought it would be fun to send me messages saying that somehow all the files are deleted and he's lost everything. I've lost everything! The video needs to be refilmed. I ain't about to go all the way to Wales to refilm anything. And the edit, which I have watched 4 times, made precise notes of changes to tell me that he had lost all the files. I did not find it funny at all, not in the slightest, not even for a millisecond did I find it funny. But he thought it was the right thing to do on April Fools. This is the boot wash. This has been put here so people can clean their shoes before they get into their cars. And I can hear dripping. And I should have left it. But I couldn't leave it. That looks like it's got a couple of drops, but it's clearly not from there. Aha! This is leaking. This should be stopping it. This is the faulty one, which I'll try and get repaired next week. Pinched it. This should stop. What's that sound? Oh no, what's happened? Oh no, I put too much pressure on the pipe. And that one's even worse. You know when you wish you never got involved? Now I've got to go and look for the shut-off valve. Oh no, that is not what I meant to do. I did not mean to turn on the sprinkler, all right? That is not the right one. Aha, I found a shut-off valve. If I turn this off, am I stopping the water going to the video room kitchen? If you were to check on YouTube, World's Best Cry, and it says, somewhere deep down, and the guy says, Meh. That's how I feel now. I tried to fix it, but didn't go very well. Now I'm gonna go to my office and try and do something that I actually may be good at. Hopefully I don't mess that up as well. That's it for Easter Bank Holiday Monday in the yard. We're doing the track system here. We can point the lights in different directions. That's why we're not using spotlights. As you can see, the loft is completely boarded with the second skins. We're completing the first fix. When are we plastering? Beginning of May. Right, didn't want that answer. So I need us to run another circuit and another cable here. So we have 2 separate circuits. One there, one here. You may only want to light this area, but you only may want to light that area. We're going to end up having a control 4 switch anyway, aren't we? But this one, when we spec it, this is just going to have to be an on-off as opposed to dimmer.
We can maybe add some wall lights here on this side.
Surface mounted, nothing sunk in because we're going to start interfering with the soundproofing. One there and one there. TV's there, yeah? I'm just trying to work out if there's anywhere where we can give them another lighting option on the wall. I want to have as little punctures in this as possible. Any other questions up here?
No, that's it.
We increased the size of this without asking the client at our own expense, and I'm really happy we did. Because the area felt a lot smaller, but now it's closed in with the natural light that comes in from here in the space. You've got your toilet here, you stand here in front of the sink, you've got plenty of room. The floor as it is, it's going to be built up with underfloor heating, self-leveling, adhesive and tile. The client's not going to be in the house in work boots, so this is going to be the finish height where they're going to be, because this is about the same. What's very interesting about this space is the storage. Look at that. In the corner over there, we've got the air conditioning unit. We're gonna have a flush door. What doesn't look like a door, you're gonna have to push it to open with no handle. And who doesn't love storage? Everybody loves storage. So if this, what is this, man? What, this new kind of trendy pencil? Anyway. If this is the pool house glass, 10 meters by 3 meters, they're giving us a detail of only the build-up around the outside. And the build-up, the frame is bigger than the build-up. So from a side profile, imagine this is the upstand, sits across it like that. We have to build it like this. I looked at the sliding one, but the sliding one, the money, just ridiculous. Like I can't, there's no way of me I'm not saying the client can't afford it, I'm saying that I can't
but then you have the sliding one, the open one, yeah?
Yeah, the opening one.
And then you have above the pool and something's happened.
Next thing you know, someone opens it and somebody forgets, and when it rains, it closes. More sensors, more problems. It's got bifold doors all the way around. It's fully air conditioned, there's humidification. The room will still feel nice.
You might need to put like a blind or something.
Oh God, yeah, you're right. We will need a blind. Will we need a blind? First floor landing. This is the opening we were using to get into the dressing room and then into the master ensuite. We just made it for access. So this is now closed. The ceiling is closed up. You can see here with 2 skins. And this is the air conditioning for this first floor landing area to ensure we keep it cool. You will blame me for the tape measure and say that I took it or I damaged it. We are all boarded up. If you have a look at the aircon in and out, you can see the double skins. We're just making a decision on the spotlights. So we have the recessed area in the middle with the coffer lighting, which lights the central part. Should we have the spotlights in there or should we have it on the actual outside of the coffer construction?
1, 2, 3, 4 over there.
Those spotlights are basically here.
Yeah.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. 4 of each, yeah.
These spotlights should be in the coffer here, and then this should just be the lighting into the central area. Remember, the units have a light inside them as well, so you think that it will make an ugly glare.
1 meter the coffer, 600.
So which means that it's going to be at 200 in the center, otherwise it's going to look silly.
It's not 1 meter, it's 85 centimeters.
Okay, then the gap's too small then. So 1 meter and the cupboards come out by 600, that means that the spotlight will be at 800. Bartek's right, it's too close. And it's different over there, so they have to be in the central part. So really and truly, it has to be 4 spotlights and all of it works around the central chandelier, okay? That would be the lighting plan for the wardrobe. We have to take each room on its own merits, and that wouldn't make any sense to put the blind up there and the windows down here. That just looks silly. So we put it within the window recess. Are we going to screw ply to the underside of this before we put the board, so when they do go to fix, they have a firm fixing? Cement board and tiles, yeah? And the tiles will give a good fixing.
Slightly different detail on the ceiling with the LED light.
Yeah, nice.
It's blind down here as well, yes?
Yeah, blinds on the inside.
We've changed the lights on the ceiling, yeah?
And they have doubles, yeah. And we change them for single.
Okay, but whether you have double or single spotlights, the lumen of the actual spotlight matters, not how many spotlights you have.
Only there and only here. There's no lights over there, yeah?
Oh, when you say 2, that's here. 2 and 2, yeah.
No, this one is just here. 1 there, 1 there.
It looks like 1 there, but it's a set that it's 2 that you buy together. It's not 1 and 1. It's just that sometimes when people spec a double light, it's more for aesthetics and lighting design, not the lumens. I'm concerned about lumens. It's hot in here, man. It's cold outside. We're saying that's the infrared that you closed up, yeah?
We have to use the thermal camera just to check the pipes because we have to put the props for the...
Oh, so the underfloor heating is on in here.
Was yesterday.
That's the U value of this house, all the insulation in place. It's a passive home. That's what you call it. Body touche. These are the tiles for the ensuite where we just were. And have a look at this in transport. Meh. That's why we always need to order more tiles. But when you're working with a tile of this size, one mistake and you can find yourself in trouble pretty quickly. That's it for the refurbishment project. I'm heading back to the yard, but work continues. How you getting on? Concrete block delivery, yeah? How are you finding that lorry? Oh, really? Okay. Thank you, mate. Ben is heading out in our DAF demo lorry for a concrete block delivery, and let's see how Ben gets on. In the yard, the train has arrived. Strange one. Sat at my desk again, working on another appraisal again, because that's how I'm going to work out if it stacks up, even if I have got the butterflies in the stomach about an idea of mine. Trouble is, I keep saying it, and I can't share it with you, because we've come to a point now where me sharing big ticket items is to Ashville's detriment, because I'm alerting everyone, and I'm basically walking around with a pot on top of my head, banging it with a wooden spoon. I am so smart. I am so smart. Some of our competitors or people who are concerned with what we're doing from whatever sector, half of them are going to say,
he's a dreamer anyway, he doesn't know what he's doing, doesn't matter, da 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 da.
And ridicule me, which I'm fine with. It is what it is when you put it out there. But the other half will line up themselves to possibly block or interfere or slow down or just throw a spanner in the works. So I may have to stop saying it. This is a weekly vlog. I am just documenting my time and what I'm doing and my struggles and challenges trying to run and grow a business. But I can't keep saying stuff and then not showing it to you. You're going to think I'm gassing, but I can't share it to the detriment of the business. So I may now have to stop saying when I'm working on appraisals and stop talking about the finer detail and talk about it retrospectively. We're not doing this because I checked and it doesn't work for this reason. Or we are doing this and I've been working on this for the last 8 months and it stacks up. Here it is. Trying to approach it in the best way, but at the same time be authentic.
Hello, Daniel.
David, just going over the penthouse, central London.
Okay.
Do we know what the void is in the floor?
No one look at it. I'm not quite sure if we're going to create like a little ramp by the lift.
We can't create a ramp by the lift. If that's the case, David, you're going to need to gain access to the property because we can't mess this up. We're having underfloor heating. We're going with like an 18mm engineered wood flooring, 3 or 7mm underlay, self-leveling. Then we got underfloor heating. Then we're going to have a cement board. I think you're going to have to go there and open something up to have a look at the void. Otherwise, this could go horribly wrong.
I agree. And, you know, this kitchen area, you can lift a little bit floor here and there, but down there by the lift, obviously you can't do anything.
You need to try and lift some floor in other places and then try to look.
I will speak with them. I will send a quick message.
We're going to go with MF ceiling with 2 12.5mm standard plasterboard. What recess do we want in there?
So he said 150mm.
Fine. So if we've got 200, we're good. We're going to remove all of the existing internal walls. We're not keeping any of them. None of them are structural.
I thought we said the other thing, that we remove the plasterboard and we'll see if we can reuse them. If set up everything, that metal istat, which we can use in the bathrooms, we would prefer to use timber.
Fantastic. Thank you, David. Last week, Sam sent the first draft of the construction drawings. We want to put on the plans the build-ups of the floor, the ceiling, how we're going to build the walls, recess we need within the ceiling, but we didn't check the floor. That's my bad. None of us checked it while we were there. The lift comes into the property. We have to work off the level of the lift so it's flush, and everything has to be reverse engineered and build up to that point because we're not going to have a ramp in the hallway. So David will have to speak to the client, arrange a visit to once again go and do some exploratory work. It's important to do this now because then we can price it accurately, because clients don't like surprises. And I don't like to give them surprises. So put the time in before the build starts, price it accurately, and then we all know where we're sat, and then we all know where we stand and are singing from the same hymn sheet. sitting at my desk and someone comes up to see me and there was a close alarm. I thought this man was wearing a man bag. Show us. I said, nah, you got to stop all that. What's going on? Like, next thing you know, you're going to be turning up here in sliders. Like, that's not something that we do in the Ashville yard, Terry. What is it, Terry?
A blood pressure monitoring machine. That's to wear for 24 hours.
Ah. Sliders?
No.
No. Because he's raised everyone else's blood pressure, including mine. This is an experiment of a creature in its natural habitat to see if, while it's interfering and damaging other creatures, if in fact damage has been caused, if it's damaged itself in the process.
Seeing how slowly this place is killing me.
To see how slowly Terry's killing this place. You know when you're sitting at your desk and someone comes to your office and they don't ever come to my office with good news, yeah. Sam has, in his infinite wisdom, a good customer of ours. They've challenged him to a five-a-side game, and Ashville are playing five-a-side football on Thursday. So let me get it straight. Nathan on the Weybridge is in goal. You're centre back.
Yep.
Liam centre mid.
Star player.
Star player. Terry is where?
Striker.
An hour ago, Terry was in here and the man's on a heart monitor. Liam, who was coming in each week losing 11-0, 9-0, 6-0, eventually it was 2-2. Sam, whose favourite sport is boxing, is our centre back, which isn't a good mix. I don't know if Nathan can play good in goal. We're about to find out. I think that we are going to get beat so bad that they're going to give us all of the work. Who's captain?
Me.
You, Sam.
Yeah, I'm skipper. And we're taking challenges as well. Minimum spend.
Who's the manager?
Player manager, captain. That's me.
Didn't this happen with Gordon Jory or Gordon Strachan or someone like a long time ago? Like they were playing and the manager. So I've never seen an example of player managers do well. What kit are we wearing?
I wanted Arsenal shirts.
Oh my God,
But Terry won't wear a Liverpool shirt, and I definitely ain't wearing a Man United shirt.
No Ashville team will be wearing no Arsenal shirt. They won't be wearing no Man United shirt. They'd have to wear some kind of Ashville Holdings or Ashville Concrete QPR gear. Now, but we got to win first. Like, well, you can't like wear the Ashville gear and then get beaten badly. Like, it's embarrassing for all concerned. Aha! This is the call we're waiting for. Anyway, that's it for Tuesday in the Yard. This is the call we've been waiting for. It's Wednesday. I'm in the yard. The volumetric is back and we have cameras all over the place. And we got the new AI system on these cameras that detects people and the new side scan. We'll have a look around inside and see the camera system up close and personal. Woo! We've got our 4-camera system and we've got another camera in here. A lot of people say,
Why are you putting a camera in looking at the driver?
do you know how many times that saved our driver? Even if they are in an accident, it shows that they were not on the phone, they had their seatbelt on and they were paying attention. So it's not put there to spy on people, it's put there to protect them. I haven't seen this before. This must be new. This little side scan thing. I guess if somebody pulls up next to the lorry, it will show an alert. At long last, this lorry is fully ready to go on the road and generate some revenue. There we go. Flashing beacons as well. Got 2 on the back. Terry, what are you saying? You've got a 300-metre pour on tomorrow that you need doing?
I need to apply for the DVS permit now, yeah. I'm trying to take some photos of it. Because that lorry's 0-star rated.
Ah, because it's the high chassis. The lorry won't be going anywhere until DVSA or Transport for London say it's all right. Someone has dropped off some jackets. What's that? Is there one for me?
Yeah, double XL for you.
And an XL for you. What happened to the arms? We get the arms next time, yeah? DAF have come to collect the demo and they dropped off jackets. Yeah. And you know I love a jacket. It's going to have to be a really strong contender to come ahead of my free Scania bombers. Obviously, we get the arms when we buy a lorry. What's the right size, though? I'm very appreciative. Never let anyone say I'm ungrateful. Do you know what? I'm going to add it to the collection. But the Scania bomber is the deepest of deep dishes. And it's a good thing they brought one each, because Terry tends to try and steal my jackets. The talented Mr. Ripley, go in my cupboard and steal my clothes and try and dress like me. Listen, what's going on with this football match talk?
Well, I don't know. It might be getting put to bed because apparently we have to leave early.
People want to leave early to go and kick ball. Wait, where are you going? You got 15 minutes left of work.
No one had decided to book a pitch.
Bring them over here. We just pay by the railway line. We'll put some goals out, get a couple of bits of steel, weld them together, and then we'll just have a little five-a-side game here. Teams up their game in the cup. I distinctly remember QPR beating Everton 8-7 on penalties. And friendlies as well, teams up their game. Like when QPR beat Man United. That's a day that will live long in my memory. Was it 4-2? Anyway, good news. Terry has given back the blood pressure machine. He's no longer walking around with his man bag. I was presented with something which seemed quite groundbreaking, a new form of energy, a new form of motor. And I was talking about it with my team and they were all really excited, and rightly so. I am presented with these things a lot. Sometimes I feel like I will miss the boat because it's not generally by the time I find out it's too late. When there are new inventions, equipment which is being tested, which aren't signed off to European standards, British standards, and haven't been tested in the field for long periods of time, you are effectively testing it in your work environment. So let's say, for instance, to reduce our carbon footprint, there's something new we can put in the yard, what is going to generate electricity in a new way by some sort of high combustion fan or something, just for argument's sake. While it might save energy, what happens if it catches fire, it hurts someone, all of a sudden it flies off and somebody gets decapitated? As an employer, while some of these revolutionary gadgets seem great and you always want to be first, it's more important to be safe, because if something happens to someone and I said, yeah, but we were saving the environment, and somebody's injured, that's not good for our environment and it's not good for anyone who works here. And my obligation is to keep everybody safe. If anyone puts something forward to me and I haven't taken you up on it and it hasn't been for a testing phase, that's why. It's not personal, and it's not that I think that you're not a genius. It's not that I think that you're not good at your work, and it's not that I don't think it will work. It's that I cannot take the risk. And on the subject of that, I was talking to Terry not long ago, and we both agreed the higher you climb in your professional career, the less it's about being good at your job, and the more it becomes about managing the people around you. The larger your organization and the higher you climb, the more people need to report to you, the more people you're responsible for, the more people you need to motivate, the more people you got to keep safe. So you can't even actually carry out your duties and have the time to carry out your duties in the way in which you used to. You need to find a way to delegate, to dissect it, to take on more work, and to spread it evenly. Food for thought. The boot wash I was struggling with back on Monday, I've been told it's been repaired. I'm gonna have a look. Right. I did tell everyone that it was this valve, and everybody told me it wasn't and said that we're just going to change the hose. Nobody listened to me, and the problem is not solved. That's it for Wednesday. Taking a look around my car, I'm gonna have to get all the bits on it fixed, because I've been told that my new Defender should be arriving at Land Rover any day now. I need to get this old big dent out. I need to get all the rims painted. This writing along the front, I'm gonna get it removed. When I've sold cars in the past, like when I sold our mini club vans, not Clubman, club van, people kept the Ashville artwork on it, and it's driving around areas and people think that it's related to us. Not to say that person does any crazy driving, but I just want to safeguard us. Another crack in the windscreen, and somehow I got this little panel missing. I'm not sure, I think the tooth fairy took it. And then generally just give the car a polish and get it ready, so when I put it up for sale, people don't come around and start kicking the tires and say,
I'm gonna have to do this and do that. You should pay me to take the car off you, Daniel.
I've bought myself a new side step and I've bought a new back wheel cover, but I'm not putting them on yet because you never know what could happen in that time. And as you know, I haven't been having a lot of luck with cars. Flow's ready, shunters are here. It's going to be the first ever delivery we've had in this yard of track ballast. Down the bottom there's a bay where we've had sand in the past. We cleaned that out earlier so we can keep the track ballast separated. I like to be here for these moments. Jurassic Park is one of my favourite films. You know when the velociraptors are born and John Hammond is there and he says, "Come on, little one, come on." I am here for the first bucket ever of track ballast in this yard. Flo! A proud moment. Now, I think this material is going to be really loud. A couple of years back, you saw us importing loads of 6C, which is a material without fines. The Type 1 is a lot quieter because the Type 1 has fines running through it. But there are next to no fines at all in this track ballast. I think this track ballast is 35mm to 75mm, something like that. Don't quote me on this. Who don't know what he's talking about? I haven't got the spec sheet in front of me, but let's get this train offloaded. Specific. What is it? Proper Type 1, yeah? All right, give me a second. Give me 1 minute. So Owen from MP Moran's that you've seen in the past, he's been trying to get in with a new customer for a while. That customer has just called and said, can he do a load in there now to help them get out of stuck? The time is 3:32, and I'm trying to see if we can make it happen. I don't think any of our drivers will have the driving time, and I can't go out and do it myself. It's 12 ton of Type 1 into Mill Hill now, today. So I don't know if we got anyone who would do that. Yeah, we'll call him, but I saw him leaving. Terry's gonna call all of the drivers and see who, one, has the driving hours to do it, because that's the most important, and two, who's willing to do it. These are the moments when you can win that work and then try to keep hold of it. Or not, if you can't get anyone to do it. I'm gonna send you the address right now. All right, cool. Who's the man?
You sorted it.
Yeah, he's not gonna be there in the next 10 minutes. He'd probably be there at 5. Hey, are we gonna get to work now? All the work from there. What do you mean all your loose? I already had your loose before I sent drivers out at this late to do it. You can never do enough for a good customer. All right, fine. Sweet. There you go. Looks like we can do it. One of the drivers is going to come back, get loaded, go off out. And we may get to work moving forward. But then again, I've been in this position before, and we may not. All you can do is put your best foot forward. Loaded a lorry. Driver agreed to do it. Sent him back out, Type 1. Was going to be at the site just before 5. Job gets cancelled. Can't even speak properly, Daniel. And guess what? The new volumetric has gone out to work today, and driver does one job, goes to do a second job, and when he turns the lorry on, smoke starts coming out of the dashboard and the cab fills with smoke. He quickly turns the lorry off, runs and turns the isolator off. We send someone out to him to find out what is going on, and the lithium battery in the tracker, which is brand new, has caught fire or exploded, combusted. I don't know what it did. So we nearly lost the lorry after all of that. And then it meant that the lorry couldn't work while he was waiting for someone to go out to him and diagnose what the problem was. You really couldn't make it up. You know, normally they say these things are sent here to test you or try you. I don't know what these things are sent here to me for, because this is just... I just didn't think it was possible that this many things could continually happen all at one time in one firm. So you took off your work boots and put your white trainers on to walk in the yard, and then your jacket got stuck to the rail behind you. This is just... Oh man, we're all in trouble, boy. All right, well, Ashville United.
I put on the old school Man United top, make for like Eric Cantona like that.
I'm not sure Eric Cantona wore those, but fine. Godspeed. It's Friday. I'm not in the yard. And nor is the train, which didn't turn up. And up to now, we still haven't been told why. Unless, of course, once again, it is another case of the Ashville John Cena train, which is here. But I just can't see it. Spend a lot of the day having conversations I didn't want to have and doing things I didn't want to do. You ever been in a position where somebody prices something for you? The work starts and you budget based on it, and then they realize they don't want to do the job or they can't afford to do the job and they priced it wrong, and then they start making up things.
Oh no, this wasn't included, that wasn't included.
And then you spend your time going through correspondence and underlining things in quotations, saying, yes, it was, here it is. This is the conversation we had. This is the person I spoke to on this date. And at times like this, you realize the importance of correspondence. But then again, is that really something you want to do? If someone's trying to get out of doing a job for you because they can no longer afford to do it, if you try to force them to do it and hold them to it, they're either not going to do a good job or they're just going to walk away from it and going to burn the relationship. No matter what you do, it's going to be a problem. Do you hold them to it and say just do it, or do you move on and find someone else to do the job and try and rebudget? This is long. Here's another thing that's long. The roll-on, roll-off flatbed has seen better days. We're not using it at the moment because we need to carry out some repairs. Now, the steel bit you can see over there, that was temporary. We just put it in there because that's generally when you put the bucket down where the bucket goes. We're gonna remove all the timber from the center and we're gonna put some steel down, possibly 8mm. This was a road plate which we cut up, and we're gonna put that in the middle. But we still want to have the hardwood on the outsides. It's very difficult to get hold of this hardwood. I didn't think it was because I've never tried to buy it before. I think it's Marathi. It sounds like an Italian name, and we are speaking to a lot of companies. It's either they don't sell it or they don't do it in the lengths we want, because we want lengths of 5.8 meters, but we can't seem to get hold of it. And the one company we have found does 5.4 meter lengths. So once again, it's just never simple. But on a brighter note, low lorries nearly caught fire today. So I suppose that's something to be thankful for. And that's it for Friday at 6:27. Last one in the yard, going back to my office and signing off. Saturday, I'm not in the yard. I'm going to have something to eat and try to negotiate with a gentleman I know on something which isn't Ashville related, to report back and let you know what happened with the football match with Ashville United. The boys were 11-9 down and somebody screamed out, next goal wins. Liam stepped up and he scored for Ashville United. So even though we were technically 1 goal behind, we still managed to win. Sort of like GoldenEye, golden gun. It was at that moment, whoever was going to score, sudden death. So Ashville United are 1-0. My personal channel, based on the subscribers, Frighty has won. A few weeks back, Frighty, myself and Meds all said how many subscribers we believe we'd get in a 28-day period. So Frighty is choosing a challenge as we speak. Hopefully in weekly of next week, I will be able to tell you what those challenges are.
With the man himself, Trevor Nelson, and we are on official solution business.
Big man business, big man business. Can I be honest with you? This is really big business and it's personal. And I'd like to say that I've been very clear with you from the off, very transparent. You've been completely transparent with me, I'd like to think, but we can't come to an agreement.
Not at the moment.
I've got to be honest, you're quite hardcore.
Me?
Yeah.
I get told I'm too soft.
No, but the thing is, we know your building expertise is there. We know that the ability to build on something and create something amazing. I thought I was part of that dream.
You are part of that dream.
Well, I'd like to think
a major part.
I'd like to think. I'd like to come and visit. I don't know how much these people know about what we're talking about, but
they don't.
I'd like to come and visit one day if it comes to fruition. That's all I'm saying. There's part of me. Me and you have got something massive in common to do with heritage.
Yes.
We'll leave it at that.
Trevor came here and at the beginning of our meeting, he said, I'm not sure about my negotiating skills. The man negotiates hard. He didn't even entertain, not even for a second. He just threw it out. And then when I asked him to tell me where he was, he didn't actually answer that question. He said, you're way out. He didn't say how far. He said, you're way out.
I'm a little bit disappointed, only because I think you're playing the long game.
Let me put it like this. Had we come to an agreement, I would leave this meeting inspired with a different direction in my life. But you shut me down.
I wanted that to happen. I saw a big beaming guy, just big smile. I see it turn to a slight frown. I'm like, come on, man. I can be part of your dream. We can make this happen. You're not that far off. You are, but you're not. You're just in the wrong currency. That's all. You're just in the wrong currency.
When you're negotiating, you have to negotiate of the currency of that country.
Cut a long story short, you came up with a figure and I was like, not a million miles away, and then you said the wrong currency.
Yeah. Well, like I said, this isn't over.
My 1 day off, and you got me. 2 days off I get, Friday and Saturday. and I'm not doing a gig tonight. This is rare. So I thought the stars are aligned, and me and you,
The stars have aligned.
I thought this was just going to be clap clap. I go back to the missus and say, "Oh man, it's done," and she goes, "Oh well," and I go, "Yeah." Now I'm going to go back to the missus and go, "I had lunch with Daniel. Lunch was all right."
Daniel's a great guy.
Until my bank account swells.
Trevor and I will reconvene. The legend that is Trevor Nelson. Do you know what? The great thing for me is I grew up watching Trevor on MTV. Trevor was part of my childhood and my teenage life, and he didn't even know it. Here we are having lunch with Trevor like he used to beat me down with tune. Now he's now beating me down with negotiating.
Yeah, but we're both St. Lucian. We love our island. We share a mutual love of that place, and we want it to be eternal, and there's only one way to make it eternal.
Trevor, you know, the fact that you're a DJ, you've got bars. You should have been an MC. Because
no, mate.
You got bars.
See, he thought I wasn't a good negotiator.
No, I didn't. No, I at no point did I think that. It's just that this negotiation is more matters of the heart, isn't it, a bit? So
the problem is, Daniel probably does negotiations and quarries and materials, and those windows aren't good, and this foundation. This is a completely different negotiation. This is an emotional thing. To be honest, and without letting you know what it is, I acquired something emotionally, and now he's wanting to acquire the same thing emotionally.
I agree.
We're driven by emotion, not finance. An accountant somewhere in the world will go, "What are you guys talking about?" No, stop. Don't put your money into something or else. But this is heritage. This is therapy. This is all of those things.
Trevor's completely right. Hopefully, I can tell you what we're talking about in the future, and this is part of a much bigger plan.
One day when it's done, it will be so amazing, so amazing. I will be so proud of him, right? Because he will be living my dream, right? And this is like Al Pacino and
De Niro.
and De Niro in Heat.
Which one are you? No, you're De Niro. You're telling me that you'll put me down if it comes to it.
That's true, I'm De Niro.
Yeah, you're De Niro. Oh, yeah.
I'll leave it at that.
So that's it for Saturday. We're not in the yard. Signing off, Daniel and Trevor Nelson. And this was Ashville Weekly, episode 183. Click here for the Ashville website. Click here to subscribe to our channel. Click down here for an Ashville video you may not have seen before. And click over here for last week's episode, which was number 182. Just to finish off the episode.
I do this. I like this.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why I brought my little stand.
It's expensive. Right, this little camera here, really clever. And look at the quality.